Well, here we are, day 4, faith in the shadow of coronavirus. I hope that over the last 3 conversations, your faith has been challenged and in fact has grown. Today I want to look at a little phrase, I have calmed and quietened myself. Now, calm and quiet are 2 words that seem lost in today's conversation. We are consumed in our conversation with coronavirus. Our Twitter feeds, our media outlets, and our interaction with others are absolutely filled with chatter about coronavirus this, I've heard that, I believe they're going to do this. And it's all fueled in fear and uncertainty. But the psalmist says, I have calmed and I have quietened myself. We're going to look at Psalm 131 in just a second. But I need to say right at the outset of our conversation that if we fail to calm and quieten the noises and the voices of the world and society, we are going to so struggle to hear the voice of God. Psalm 131, the psalmist says, my heart is not proud. Lord, my eyes are not haughty. I do not consider myself or concern myself with great matters or things too wonderful for me. But I have calmed and quietened myself. I'm like a weaned child with his mother. Like a weaned child, I am content. Israel, put your hope in the Lord both now and forevermore. The first thing to say is God is active. He is more active than coronavirus. And his activity is for good. His activity is for your good and for my good. He hasn't abandoned us and he hasn't forgotten us in the midst of this uncertainty. But my question is, are you content? Are you content with God? According to the psalmist, the only way to do that is for you to quieten and to calm yourself. He talks about the greatness of God, but then he says, but I have chosen to calm and quiet myself. I wonder, are you frightened of silence? Years ago, when we were growing up as kids, we didn't have constant noise in our ears through technology, through Facebook or Twitter or this constant social media conversation. And we had these little micro moments of silence. They were usually in the line at the supermarket. When the checkout line was huge and it wasn't moving, you had nothing to do. You could talk to the guy around you or you could just stand in silence. Or when you travelled a long distance on a plane or on a bus, there was no Wi-Fi, there was no telephones, there was no computers, there was no little seat back video monitor. What did you do when you finished reading your book? You sat in silence. But actually those micro silences prepared us for the macro silence, for that time when we draw aside and calm ourselves and quieten ourselves before God. But today's society has squashed all those out. So one of our greatest fears is actually sitting silently and stilly with God. It petrifies us. I read a story a number of years ago about Martin Luther King Jr. And he had just, in 1956, he had just, in the midst of the civil rights movement, they tried to burn his house down, his family were under threat, and his life was at the mercy of others, and he was about to give up. And Martin Luther King Jr. writes this. He said, I sat alone at my table, and there I heard the voice of God. And he said, keep going, fight the good fight and don't give up, and I will keep you to the end. You know what my question is? What would have happened if Martin Luther King Jr. had a smartphone? He would have been bombarded with noise. But in the quietness and in the calmness of silence with God, there he was fully equipped for the task ahead. The psalmist says, I am content. And he uses this wonderful phrase, like a child who is being weaned by someone who is content with what his mother is providing for. You know, God's provision is sufficient for us. God's peace is perfect for us. God's strength enables us. And God's comfort means that we are comforted and strong and peaceful and secure in Him. Is God enough? The only way to find out is to quiet the noise around you and to calm down. Let me tell you this, solitude and silence with God is your friend. It isn't your enemy. It isn't to be feared. I wonder, will you practice this? I wonder, will you get alone with maybe a verse and just you and God and say, God, prepare me, content me, fulfill me, and let me know hope in you that rises to strengthen me. Paul writes to Timothy in 1 Timothy 6:6, and he says, godliness with contentment is great gain. I wonder, are you looking for contentment in God? It will be a great gain to your life. Today, I tell you, the secret of finding God is to silence the voices around you. So say with the psalmist, I have calmed and quietened myself. And there, you'll find Jesus. Psalm 46, be still and know that I am God. Let's pray. Father, today I pray that we would not be frightened of the silence, we would not be frightened of the quietness, but actually, as we calm and quieten our hearts, that we find you right in the center, bringing peace and hope and joy, strengthening us for the journey. Lord, I pray, as the psalmist says, that we would feel like a child who's been filled, content with his mother. And Lord, I pray that our hope would rise in you again as we realize that you love us more than we love ourselves, that your plan for us is greater than our plan for ourselves, and therefore that you hold all things securely in your hands. Lord, bless us today. Amen. Folks, it's all about making time for God. In this opportunity that we have, which we didn't create, but has been thrust upon us, you will either come out transformed in His presence by the isolation of coronavirus, or you will come out looking just like you are today, fearful and hopeless and worried. But these are times, these are days that are unique. So be quiet, calm down, and let God move in your life. I pray you have a great day. I pray that God is with you. And if you have any questions or you want to follow up on any of this stuff, contact us in the church website or on Facebook or on our Twitter feed or whatever way you want, or give us a call, old school, give us a call. We'd love to talk through some stuff with you. Go and be a blessing.